Scared? Yeah. Woohoo. So we got Steve and Pooja. You guys both went, had a good time, right?
Yep.
Right.
We went
Yep.
together too.
Yeah, we did.
Carpooled. I like it. So where was this at?
It was at the NOS Center in San Bernardino as part of the Insomniac Park and Rave series. So this week is Halloween, and we went to the event on the 30th.
True. Friday.
Yep.
So wait, we've all been to the NOS Center a couple of times. I know we had a quick show of telling people how it was the event as a drive-in. Tell us what the layout's like now. Like, is it still crazy parking, or at least it's better now because it's less cars?
It's still the Park and Rave. It's still the drive-in.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a little. It was a lot better. I mean,
we
the
got there
layout.
late, so we didn't have any issues.
Go ahead, Steve.
The layout was a little bit better. I mean, the stage. We went to previous to that. We went to Museo Plex, and the stage was actually at an angle. I noticed that this time around, the stage was actually like this, facing us. So it was a lot better. I mean, you were able to actually see the DJ. Compared to Museo, where it was kind of like you didn't know what he was doing. You actually had to go up to the front, but it was a lot better this time around.
Okay, so being a park and rave, do you guys have your own little space to park in? Like, is it a pod experience or just car and pod, like the one we did for Relentless?
So you get the pod shape, and then you pull up behind your pod, so your car kind of blocks the pod a little bit as that little, so that way people don't just come in and out of your pod.
Okay.
Just walk around your car to get out of your pod. So it is a car with a pod, but it is not as much space as like the Relentless ones, where it's like car, pod, space, car, pod, space. You know, the car is parked behind, so all the cars are facing the same direction, which is the direction of the exit. So when you leave, nobody's reversing. We're just.
That's beautiful. That sounds like the best part in the world right there. Everybody's leaving the same direction for the first time ever.
Yep.
There's actually plur in the parking lot.
The exit was painless. The entrance and the exit were both painless. We got there late but left early. Got there late and left like on time, painless.
Okay, another question for you guys. I know we've been having people have these different events going off and on for a little bit, and they're talking about how the sound was. So where were you guys seated at? And how was the sound? Did you have to like tune into your speaker at home or in your car, or did they have actual speakers?
It's Insomniac. You pay a lot of money. Insomniac is going to give you full-blown speakers.
Oh, yeah.
No, none of this radio bullshit. None of it.
No, they had repeaters all throughout the whole thing. And no matter where you went, if you were even in the porta potty, you were still getting a good sound. Like you got your money's worth. It was well worth it.
Yep.
Thank you, Pasquale, for thinking about the sound being the first and most important thing. Honestly,
you got the lasers. You got like the fogs. You got the full kind of like feel of being at a festival, because Insomniac has those resources, so they pull them out.
Okay, so I haven't been down to the Insomniac Park and Rave yet. Hopefully soon. Actually, I think it will be soon. I'm going to one couple weeks actually.
Dream State? Desert Hearts?
Desert Hearts, actually. I'm going to Desert Hearts. One of my friends picked up tickets, told me, "Hey, do you want to come?" And I'm like, "I will be in California that weekend. Might as well go see what it's like." So, what's some tips and hints you want to give people about going to the Insomniac Park and Rave? Steve, you go first.
I mean, you already know the whole rundown. Don't take what you can't take. Don't push your limit. Do take a lot of money. Pretty much take water. You're definitely gonna need that. Take a lot of hand sanitizer. Be safe. But don't take what you cannot take. Don't take that risk and take some liquor and stuff like that. Like just buy your alcohol there. They have that capability where you can actually like buy your alcohol. They take it there. They take it to you. They give you a fancy little cup and stuff like that. What else? Do take hand sanitizer, because you are going to be going to the restroom, man. Luckily we haven't had that issue where hand sanitizer was like, a big issue, or them not keeping up with the restrooms, but they did a really good job keeping up with the restrooms. It was actually surprisingly.
That's good to hear. So, I've heard at a couple of events they have people actually going in and cleaning restrooms after the people get done. Was it that fancy?
Yeah. I mean, actually, kid you not, I actually went to the bathroom on one side and then I went to the bathroom on the other side, and sure enough, like I didn't have an issue. This lady actually is like, oh, here, started giving me like paper towels, and I was like, hey, all right.
My God, we're getting treated with respect as ravers. This is weird to me. Hold up.
I know, right? Talk about bougie.
Right? Pusha, I know you were there. What was the food like? Because if we don't ask about the food, we're gonna have Monique yell at us.
I ordered food, Monique. It's for you. There was a paper too and everything. This is not that paper, but there was a paper. I forgot to bring it. I'm so sorry. Let's pretend this was that paper. You could scan it with the QR code. The full menu came up with merch and drinks and food, just like Steve said. Steve did order merch. I'll let him talk about that experience because he didn't get, the highest quality merch. But I ordered fries. They came really fast. They were freezing cold. I would never do it again. I did order fries. They were $5.
Okay, $5 fries was not bad fries. Too bad they're cold $5 fries, but I'm still hurting from somebody saying they had to pay $19.
It was so good, and like the payment and everything was so effortless. And then I got my food, and like, what a fucking letdown.
Oh.
It's like you see a hot guy, and then he like doesn't have a good body. It's like, what was the point?
I can't relate. Well, I probably can't. I'm not gonna tell this story for later. So,
like what? Like what a letdown! It's like you were so close, but Daniela said that they fixed the elote because I took a picture of it. Oh, and Cynthia and Steve are also able to confirm that the elote is correct now because it no longer has tahini in it. So they fixed the elote. It is $5 though, so I guess it's incorrect. But
so $5 food is not a bad price for you to get your grub on at an event.
But that's just for fries.
They have you in a compromising position to charge you where they really want to charge you.
That's true. They could charge me $10 for fries. I probably would have still got them.
Yeah, and I'm kind of impressed with the restraint there. Just think about it. We haven't had events or live events for a long time. They're like, we don't want to rip you over the coals yet. We'll give it time.
Insomniac puts that in the cost of the ticket, and then they just have an affordable experience as opposed to like I don't know. Some events will be like, hey, it's $20 to come, and then it's like $20 to eat anything,
or $10 for water. Oh, I can't stand that crap.
You should have just charged me $50 and gave me free water, and then I'll come back every year.
Right.
And I think that's what Insomniac does is they really do charge you $50 or $100, and everybody else charges you $20, but they give you free water. They really do.
Oh, did they have the water people there?
So they didn't, but they had ground control. And generally they have free water. This time the water, for the park and raves, you're allowed to bring whatever you want, right? They don't check your car extensively. They do search your car in that they ask you to open the car doors. They search on the underneath the seat and on the ground to make sure you don't have liquor. They don't want you to bring in liquor or weapons or anything, because usually that's where you would hide in a gun, right? If you had a gun, it'd be under your seat or it'd be under your car. So they check where the weapons would be normally. They check the glove compartment, under the seat, and the trunk, and then they don't really look too extensively. They just, do a quick glance. Doesn't look too shady, good to go. They do collect your IDs. If you're over 21, they give you a 21 plus band because it's an 18 plus event, so not everybody can drink. But show your ID, get your 21 plus band, and then you're good to go. And then when you order your food, you have to show the receipt every time they deliver it to make sure there's no irregularities and that the people in your pod are 21. But it's not like Daniela was telling us earlier about the Grove. Screw this whole needing to buy food every time you buy alcohol for a liability thing. That's some Europe shit.
That's some horrible shit.
That's what they do in Europe when you're 12 and you can't drink, is they make you buy food without alcohol because you're a baby and you can't do that, But after you're 18 or 20, who cares? You have your rights. Do what you want, buy what you want. It's your money.
Yeah.
Steve, can you talk about merch?
Yeah, Steve, what'd you buy?
So I actually bought this little Insomniac.
Dude, if that cost you more than $5, I'm gonna be mad for you.
It came with drinks. It came with drink in it.
Okay.
Yeah, it did. It came with ice, so halfway it was ice, and then with the drink, it comes on the side, so you're able to actually pour the drink inside. But as we were pouring the drink inside, this part actually broke off, and so I was like, oh, it's still not attached to it. But yeah, sure enough, this is. And when it broke off, I go in to drink my drink and I'm over here spilling on somebody, if my cup's taking a piss, just going around.
This is the saddest story I heard all day. Losing your liquor.
So So he tried
I
to
know, right?
communicate with some of the staff, and like none of them were able to like solve his issue because they gave him like scan this and let them know, but like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. And I talked to ground control, I talked to the merch people, I talked to a bunch of people, and I was like, are you serious? Like I'm like literally wasting my time while I can enjoy this and trying to get a hold of somebody, and they keep on asking me like ridiculous questions. Oh, was it this? Was it that? I'm like, no, I'm pretty straightforward about where it's coming from, what it is.
Bro,
You know,
you sold me a broken cup. Just fucking fix it.
yeah,
just
like
give
can
me a
you
new
please
one.
just send somebody?
Not that hard. That's a 99-cent cup.
No, not even
For
that
real.
much. Go to what's it, Badu, and that's like a 7 cent purchase right there at the mini. Means they buy with the logo, 7 to 8 cents a purchase. They could have got you that, and you know the liquor ain't costing that much money too, because I'm guessing you paid what, $20, bro?
Like about 15. Yeah, it was like a little like White Claw, it looked like. Yeah.
Oh,
Huh? That was a truly. It was a truly.
so just as bad. I get it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know, right? Soda water.
hey, listen, whatever gets you there, however you want to do it. That's disappointing that it took that much just for a messed up drink, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can imagine people would try to run game, but I don't think people are running game right now during these events. I mean, there's not like it's the normal 20 to 40,000 people. You now got 500 cars, right? So 2,500 people. You know,
Yeah.
you can fix that. You can fix that really
You
easy.
have at least 100 people there working, at least, including
Yeah.
like the DJs and like production and all of that, right? So like of the 100 people between security and ground control and, you know, food staff and all of that, like 100 people for 2,500 people attending. So that's one for every 250 people. You couldn't get it figured out. Like,
Yeah, at least send somebody to kind of like, you know, address the issue and for them to directly, you know, solve it. But they didn't. You know, they didn't.
I would just reach out to Insomniac merch and just let them know and send them a picture and be like, yo,
Yeah.
like about this, you gave it to me busted. I tried to solve it at the event. They couldn't solve it. Can you just like give me either replace it or like figure something out? Like, can we just simplify this shit?
Let me sneak in a bottle next time.
Yeah.
I know, right? For real.
Get one
Taking
of
my
those
own
3
stuff.
the 3-liter bottles of Sky Vodka. Just walk in with it. Yo, I got this. Your pod next week. Don't worry. We got y'all today. We got y'all.
For their mess up, we got it.
So who played it? Who was your DJ at Boo?
Ooh.
Wax Motif
Okay.
and Joyryde were the last two DJs. Dusty Cloud opened. I really like Dusty Cloud too.
Yeah.
Drezzo was after. Drezzo was the DJ that got COVID back after playing for Carnage, the first road rave. But Drezzo played almost the same set. It was very similar to what he did back in May. But Wax Motif was like fire. Wax Motif was phenomenal. Like he should have been the closer after Joyryde, honestly. But either way, they were both really good sets.
Yeah.
Joyryde did a lot of talking on the mic, which I didn't like. He's very British. He's like very British.
That's one of our a couple people's pet peeves. We didn't pay for you to talk. We paid to listen for you to press play. Damn it! So
Push them buttons.
It's hard because it's like it's cool, like with the Carl Cox vibe, because it's like, you know, I know British accents for Americans at least like imply a level of class or sophistication or like, right?
Oh my God! Look, so I know what you're saying, because here's the one thing I remember. I went to a Del Taco drive-through, and I heard a British guy on the other side. I'm like, why the fuck's he working at Del Taco? Like, you don't have broke people over here, do you?
Right, like Joyryde. Now I'm turning into Precious. Joyride's brand is exactly the opposite of like the way he speaks and presents. Well, no, not his brand. Sorry, his music. His music is like a little dirty trap. Like some of the gospel stuff is very sexy and clean, but like the trap elements and the horns, like you get people lit, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know, trying to like talk up the crowd. I'm just like, stop. Like, are you trying to flirt with me? I was just headbanging. Like, this is weird. Like, stop. You know who does that too is Chainsmokers. Chainsmokers likes to flirt with the crowd a lot too, and I'm just like, stop. He's like, you guys are looking so beautiful tonight. I'm just like, stop talking to me. I look like trash. I just want to bed big. Like, stop.
Love it.
I hate it.
I love your passion right now. This is awesome.
Like, some DJs really do try to flirt with the crowd. It's really weird. It's weird.
This is our first date. You need to push back, okay? Hold up.
Like, buy me dinner first. Jeez.
So you guys went as a pretty big group. You guys had a good time. Well, what was Was there a bit with? I mean, it's Insomniac, so you said they had the lasers and they probably had the visuals too going on. So you had a full experience.
Is because they had speakers everywhere. You know, those like death traps of like where they put the cords and then they put those things over the cords. Like our pod was in the middle of one of those.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so you couldn't really dance.
We couldn't dance as much because like you would trip on the thing, but it was still enough to dance around. You could dance behind the car too. But like that was annoying, is that like our pod had electrical wires running through it. So
you guys were in a tripping hazard.
Yeah, tripping hazard.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, you know, I'm thinking about something else I want to ask. Was it at least good to be back on NOS?
No.
It's not the same. I mean,
okay,
you still get that, you know, like you meet random people and stuff like that, you vibe with them and everything, but it's not like an old rave, you know, like where you actually enjoy yourself, you know, you go from stage to stage and you feel the different vibes. And when you're at another stage, like from one stage, you want to go to that other stage and you're like, oh shit, what's going on? Oh, sorry guys. What's going on over there?
You can curse. We don't have FCC
Yeah,
on our ass.
me talk
Go right ahead.
Have you heard me ever talk?
Wait, FYC, here you go. Shit, damn, motherfucker, ass, poop, whatever. You get out the way.
Monetize, Bernard. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, you know, like I miss that whole like you rage at one stage and you go to another stage. Like you're not even like about to go to that other stage. You're just like, holy shit, I want to go to that stage. Like, let's just go. Like, you know, that music or what does that sound like? Damn, let's go.
There's no adventure at a drive-in rave, right? It is, if you were there with the music and your friends, bomb time. Like it's just like a chill night at home, like bomb time. Is there adventure at a chill night at home? Maybe with enough of the right substances, but you're gonna have to try real hard. Same thing with the drive-in rave. Like you're not gonna get the adventure of like, oh, what's that? Oh, what's this? What's good? What's this? Oh, like that's new. Like you're not gonna get those moments. That if that's what makes raving magical to you, like for me, I'm in it for the adventure and the magic and the journey and the travel. The drive-in rave's not gonna give you that. But for us, this is our local drive-in. Like Insomniac's our local promoter. Yeah. You know, they do a good job to take care of us, to give us live music and live events when we don't have any. So for those of us who are local, it's great. But I would never make the suggestion to fly out for one of these.
Oh, yeah. See, that's really good distinction, because we don't have nothing going on currently in Seattle as of right now. So if you say don't fly out for it, I'm not flying out for it. I got other ancillary things to do, but since I'm in town and I'm next to it, I'll go with my homeboys.
If you're in town, make it part of your trip. Like, do not. So I think if you're a festival addict, or if you're, you know, FestPass fam or Passport fam or whatever you are watching this, you might be somebody who plans your trips around festivals. So, oh, EDC Portugal's coming. I'm going to go to Portugal. That's me. That's Bernard, right? That's a lot of us. The drive-in raves are not it. If you're going to Arizona and there happens to be a drive-in rave or a pod event, do it. But do not go to Arizona for a pod event unless it's your favorite artist ever. Then shell out the money, do the first 2 rows, do it right. But otherwise, like, if it's like, oh, you know, like EDC Portugal, like, oh, pod rave in Arizona, like, unless it's your favorite artist, like these are just meant to keep local people happy, local promoters fed, local people employed. These aren't meant to be the next, you know, latest and greatest like thing, guys. So like, it's really fun with like our crew. Me and Steve had a great time together. We have great friends, but it's not the like travel across the country kind of move. Like your local promoter, unless you're in a state that doesn't allow them, like Bernard, your local promoter should be throwing them. But you know, some states aren't there yet.
Don't worry, Bernard's gonna throw a rave soon enough. Give me time.
We're there.
Give me time.
Count us in.
All right. So, any last words about this event, guys?
Pretty much just have fun, enjoy it. Again, like Pluja said, you know, don't go out of your way. Stay safe for sure. You know, it's not, you know, and watch out with those tripping hazards. That's the new thing now.
The Insomniac sells rows. They do 5 instead of 3 zones, which I think is more fair. So that way you're really paying for like, you know, the first couple rows, the next 3 rows, the next 3 rows. Like don't sell VIP GA and then charge the person who's in row 4 the same amount as the person who's in row 20 just because the person in row 20 got there later. Like let people pay more you'll make more money as a promoter and like reserve out the spaces. And Insomniac does a good job of that. And Relentless Beats started doing that with their pods. And I think hopefully more and more of these promoters will be more, immaculate about their choices with pricing, because I think people are willing to pay for a better experience. And it is nice. Obviously, anyone who comes early should be rewarded, but don't reward them that much of a better experience for someone who paid for the exact same thing.
Yeah, because some of us got jobs.
Some of us are disabled. Some of us have jobs. Some of us have traffic.
And FYI, I even though you say you don't want to fly out for this thing, I'd fly out to party with you two again in a heartbeat. I would come down and fly to party with you two again. So if you have your
to do it, that's the move. See your friends. You don't have to go to a park and rave to do it.
Yeah, if you have a squad, you want to go do it. Go see your squad, have a good time. So, Steve, where can they find you on your socials?
I'm at Instagram, Stevo. So it's 5TEEVO.
Thank you, Pooja.
You can find me at Pooja_shenanigans on Instagram.
You can also find her this Saturday beating the hell out of Diplo and Fuser. You better win, or you're out the family. no,
Anybody can be a DJ, guys.
It's going to be awesome. Tune into it. Be sure to buy your copy of Fuser. And you can find me at Your Mocha Princess on Instagram and Fat